Nice to have you with us.
Will you take me home, please, Mr. Ludden?
A national treasure. Her TV career of 80 years spanned longer than any others. The first lady of game shows. As Sue Ann Nivens, she was icky sweet to sweet perfection. As Rose Nyland, her terminal naivete was interminably hilarious. Ageless, tireless, she was a true icon and one of the most beloved entertainers of all time. Cozy TV remembers Betty White.
It happened this past Friday. The death of Betty White, the beloved comedian, just 2 weeks shy of her 100th birthday. With Mo Rocca, we look back in laughter.
By the time I got to high school, the kids had made up this really mean nickname for me just because I had hairy legs.
What'd they call you?
Rose with the hairy legs.
As long as there's been TV, Betty White's been on it. As she told Katie Couric,
if you have one good series, you know, it's a blessing. 2 good series is unusual. 3 is, where do you get privileges like that? I taste it every minute.
That's why you're always avoiding me, because you know if you get too close, you're afraid the little pilot light of desire that flickers within you might turn your whole oven on.
beginning in 1973, White portrayed happy homemaker / man-eater Sue Ann Nivens on The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
She was an obvious choice because she's so gifted. She was not an obvious choice because she's antithetical to the character.
James L. Brooks was the show's co-creator.
Oh, my poor baby.
There's a great bit where Sue Ann pulls out a collapsed souffle, and then she closes the oven door with her knee.
I just remembered it as you said it, yeah. She was inventive. I think there was less direction of her than almost anybody. She had it all. I think she could have been a tremendous dramatic actress if she wanted to.
In 1985, Betty White did a 180 and played lovably dim-witted Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls.
I should have said no to the Miss St. Olaf beauty pageant. It was 1951. That was the first year they let humans enter, too.
And in 2010, White co-starred with Wendy Malick in the TV Land series Hot in Cleveland.
Canoga Falls is naming the town square after me.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, did Canoga Falls lose a bet or something?
I turned 60 on Hot in Cleveland when we were working together, and she was on the cusp of her 90th at the time. And I looked at her life and thought, oh my God, there's a whole other act ahead of me.
White's career in television predated television itself. Months before the medium was introduced to the public at the 1939 World's Fair, 17-year-old Betty appeared on an experimental transmission in Los Angeles. Off-screen, White had two great passions in her life, including animals of all kinds.
And oftentimes people would come up to her and say, oh, I want to show you a picture of my kids. And she'd say, oh, great. And when they would show them pictures of actual children, she would look so disappointed and say, oh, they're children. She was so hoping for a little lamb.
The great two-legged love of her life was her husband, password host Alan Ludden. She was a contestant, and he soon enough popped the question.
I said no for a year. I wasted a whole year of time we could have had together. I might have been a pretty good game player, but I was a dumb lady.
What were she and Alan Ludden like as a couple?
Tremendously loving towards each other. I mean, they were precious to each other.
Why, Betty White.
Why, Alan Ludden.
Well, it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
When I look on YouTube at the game show, you can just see them, how much they just like each other.
Adored. I think adored is the word.
After Ludden died, White kept on working, hosting Saturday Night Live when she was 88.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Something Wendy Malick credits to her unfailingly positive outlook.
I remember somebody coming up to her once, I don't remember who it was, and said, you know what I hate? And she said, no, and frankly, I don't care to know. And that was pretty much Betty. She didn't want you to dump your dark woes and worries and angst, and she just wasn't interested in that. It's like you can always find something to be happy or grateful about, and she worked very hard at that, and that was her credo.
Why is she so beloved?
Betty was a deeply good person, something of a higher quality about her that I think everybody sensed. We all kidded around and palled around, but we treated her a little differently, I think. There was something special about her.
I'm honored to be able to say a few words about how truly wonderful she was, because sometimes you're asked to do these things and you have to sort of pull out the good parts and leave the rest behind. But Betty, there's no leaving the rest behind. It's all good.
White worried that people were sick of seeing her on TV. She even speculated this for her gravestone.
At last, she's gone. She finally got off.
But even at 99, Betty White left us wanting more.
Rose, it's not that funny. I know. I think I better keep the lid on this paint thinner.
All right. Let me tell you about my family.
Hey, here we go now. That time again. Let's take a look and see what's happening. Roller coaster ride, but no surprise. It's like with Louie, Louie, Louie. Like with Louie, Louie, Louie. It's like a likable, lovable, completely huggable. It's like with Louie.
Get ready to match the stars. Nipsey Russell, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Riley, Rosemary Forsythe, from Family Feud, Richard Dawson, and Joyce Dillabont, as we play the star-studded big money match game, PM. And now, here's the star of Match Game PM, Gene Rivers.
much for joining us here. You're a very grand bunch, and so are you.
Indeed. Thank you.
Now, if you'd like to get on with it, we'll begin by saying hello to our two civilian contestants here, Sharon Dalla and Joe Gardner. We greet all of you, wish you well, ask you to tell us a little bit about yourselves. Joe, we'll begin with you, if you would, please.
I'm from Santa Monica. I'm a salesman. I've been married for around 12 years to a beautiful woman, and I have 2 beautiful children.
And you're a beautiful person.
Thank you very much.
Isn't he beautiful?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. You're a beautiful person too, Sharon Dalla.
Thank you. I'm a flight attendant for Major Airlines.
Right.
I'm married to a super guy.
Yep.
I live in Anaheim, California, and I'm getting a little less scared.
There's nothing to be scared. We're a friendly
I
bunch here.
know.
Aren't we friendly?
I know.
We're all
I know.
friendly here. You are among friends, my dear.
I know.
How can you see with the hair in your eyes?
I know. I was going to cut my bangs.
No, it's all right. Don't cut your bangs. Not on camera. Now, here on Match Game PM, we'll give each of you 3 chances to match as many of them as you possibly can. And the one who has done that most often at the end of the 3rd round will be the winner. Isn't that simple? And that person will go on to play the big money super match, which can pay off over $10,000. Ho, ho, ho. Let's begin with you, Joe, and ask you to make a selection, A or B.
A.
A it is. All right. Here we go. 102-year-old Mr. Periwinkle said,
I said, my new wife is going to be the death of me. I told her I needed a hobby. She suggested I try blanking.
We're not going anywhere.
He said, let's go.
Huh? What I meant was, let's move it along. Brett, here we go.
Richard,
Joe Gardner.
I believe we can.
102-year-old Mr. Periwinkle said, my new wife is going to be the death of me. I told her I needed a hobby. She suggested I try blanking.
Jogging?
Oh.
You don't like that, huh?
Very interesting answer. I don't know where it's going to get you, Joe. What do you say, Nipsey?
Well, when you're old like that, you need something that's really exciting.
Yes.
Told him to try skydiving.
Skydiving. That'll get him. Brett?
The unfortunate thing is that you all around Beverly Hills, you see those 102-year-old men, they're all jogging.
They are.
And you just think, the poor devils, that I worry about them. I think they're going to drop dead. No, I didn't say that. I said, what did I say? Oh, I said football.
Football, big
hobby.
Where do they do all that jogging, those old men?
None of your business.
You'll go any place to get a date. I said... So can you see her there with her camp chair? Hot chocolate for the joggers, 10 cents. What's that?
I'm very fond of her.
I know that.
Don't treat her bad. She's sweet. What's your answer?
Oh, we'll discuss all this in the green room later. I said making love hourly.
I dare say that would get your cardiovascular system going more rapidly than jogging. My new wife is going to be the death of me. I told her I needed a hobby. She suggested I try jogging. What do you say to that, Rosemary, my dear?
She did. She suggested jogging.
No kidding. Rosemary, how sweet of you to...
Isn't that nice?
Just 'cause
I was
he's
trying.
Yes, indeed you were. Richard, what do you say to this?
I'm Rosemary's baby.
Yeah. Get in
Never
line.
made me do it. I said skydiving.
Skydiving. That would be her. Yes. Okay, Joyce.
That Rosemary is so smart. I said jogging.
Jogging. You know, I didn't think he was going to get anywhere with that answer, and he didn't do bad with it at all, did he, Sharon? Now, Sharon, this one's yours. Murray is really mean to his mother.
How mean is he?
I'm glad you asked. He promised to send her to Miami for the winter, but instead he sent her to blank. That's how mean he is. He promised to send her to Miami for the winter, but instead he sent her to blank. All right, Sharon. Murray is really mean to his mother. He promised to send her to Miami for the winter, but instead he sent her to
The North Pole.
the North Pole. Well, that would be the opposite place, wouldn't it? Okay. The North Pole. What do you say to that?
I was thinking about the mother-in-law aspect.
The mother-in-law?
Yeah. I know a friend of mine, his mother-in-law died. The undertaker called and said, should we bury her, embalm her, or cremate her? He said, do all three. Take no chances. Alaska.
Alaska.
What, from Miami?
Yeah, well, that's a very good answer, but it does not match the North Pole.
Oh,
Sorry to
I
say.
see.
There are two different locales. You, my dear?
That's true. I said Gnomi, Alaska.
Gnomi, Alaska. You know, you had the right idea, Sharon. You really did, and you were all on the same wavelength, but we can't match them. What do you say, Charles?
Well, don't you think you'll want to have that speech edited out if someone turns up the North Pole?
Well,
about they're the right ones and she and I are wrong.
Well,
but
it's
we're in the
very-
North Pole.
Very unlikely.
No, it's not.
No
It's
one's
the
gonna
North
say the
Pole Holiday Inn.
The North. See how it is, Rosemary? You book these weirdos on the show like Charles, and you get these weirdo answers.
I
That's just
see.
like that. All right, what do you say?
What am I saying?
What do you say?
I'm telling you what I'm saying.
What do you say?
Siberia.
Siberia! Murray's mean to his mother. He promised to send her to Miami for the winter, but instead he sent her to
Siberia.
Siberia. What do you say to this, Joyce?
I just hate to be the one who ties it up or messes it up or something.
What are you going to do? You going to mess it up?
I said Moscow, but there is a Moscow North Pole. Here it is.
No, I'm
I
sorry.
drew it after she said it just to try to help.
Yeah, but you can't go. So there we are. The score is 2-1 at the end of round one. Round two coming up after this. Hurry back. Now, the end of round one, score is 2-1 in favor of Joe Gardner. And since you're ahead, Joe, we will ask you to go first.
A.
All right. Two people do not play. Joyce and Rosemary. You matched him in the first round.
I love you.
So the two of you lay out. If the rest of you respond to this. Linda said, next week I'm going to marry Freddie.
Oh, goody.
Going to marry Freddie. Freddie is a Siamese twin, so on our honeymoon, I'm going to bring along a blank for his brother. All right, Joe Gardner. Linda said, next week I'm going to marry Freddie. Freddie is a Siamese twin, so on our honeymoon, I'm going to bring along a blank for his brother.
A girl?
Now,
They
you're
love
a
that
weird
one.
bunch.
Yeah, they are.
Nipsey, what do you say to that?
I'm not too sure with this audience out there. Yeah, I've had better success explaining integration to a lynch mob than I'm having with this audience. But I said, give it a reading.
Yeah. I'm going to marry Freddie, Linda said, next week. Freddie's a Siamese twin, so on our honeymoon, I'm going to bring along a blank for his brother.
Don't get mad. A Siamese.
Oh.
His brother.
A
I thought
Siamese.
you see it that way.
Surrounded by weirdos.
I don't know what's come over Nipsey.
Yes.
Yes, well, I don't know why you booed that handsome young man.
Thank you.
He was going to bring along a nice girl who has the week off.
How sweet. Splendid. So he's up to 3 now.
A blind date. I hope it's a match.
Yes, of course. Going on a honeymoon. Honeymoon going to bring along a blank for his brother, and he said a girl. Richard, what do you say to that?
I said a girl, too.
A girl, too. That's 2 girls, right? 2. One for him and my... Okay. Well, he's doing very well this year. Now, you got to get going here. You matched one person the first round.
I know.
Hey, did you hear about Dumb Donald, the counterfeiter? Let me tell you about Dumb Donald, the counterfeiter. He got caught because he put his blank on every bill. Dumb Donald, the counterfeiter, got caught because he put his blank on every bill. Ready?
Sure.
Okay, Sharon. Dumb Donald the counterfeiter. He got caught because he put his blank on every bill.
His picture.
Very good. I like that. Put his picture on every bill.
So that you won't lose confidence in my ability.
Kick shot. What'd you say, Beth?
He's back to his usual smart self.
Right.
They wouldn't give me an argument on this. I hope his own sweet little face.
His own sweet little face is another one. Score 5-3. Rosemary, Dumb Donald the counterfeiter got caught because he put his picture on every bill. What did he
No,
say?
he didn't put his picture on every bill.
He did.
No.
What did he put on every bill?
Put his footprint.
Put his footprint.
Would you do a beautiful lady?
Yes. They love you,
Evidently.
Rosemary. Richard?
Photo.
Photo. 5-4 the score.
I can tie
You can tie the score.
it every time it happens to me.
You mean you're not
Every
gonna tie it?
time.
Yeah. Why?
Would I be a heroine if I did it?
Well, no, we had another round to go. She would love you, though.
Well, you said I said his duck face. I thought he was a duck, Donald. His duck face. That's
No.
Wait, that's his face.
No.
That's his face. His face.
No.
She said face.
No, I'm sorry. Duck face. I think that refers to another part of the physiognomy. Joe, you're ahead, so we'll ask you to go first, third, and final round coming up.
I'll try A again.
A again. Who plays? Nipsey.
I play?
You're the only one.
Just the black.
You mean I play with
Yes.
by myself? All right, folks.
You're the only
It's
one.
my big moment.
Sally had her face lifted
She
too many
didn't.
times.
How many times did she have
Let
a
me
face?
tell you,
All
her
right.
skin is so tight whenever she blinks. Now, don't upstage a start. I'll tell you what I got. When I tell you to come in, you come in. Until then, lay out, will you, please? There. Sally had her face lifted too many times, and now her skin is so tight, whenever she blinks, her blanks go up and down. All right, he's finished writing, Joe. Here we go. Sally had her face lifted too many times, Joe. Now her skin is so tight, whenever she blinks, her blanks go up and down.
That's tough. I will. I'll say eyebrows.
Your kids are gonna hate
They're
you
gonna
for
love
that.
it. It's only money, right?
You're right. All right, Nipsey, he
Right,
said
Joe.
eyebrows.
John, it's easy to be humble when you're a success. The trick is to be arrogant when you're a flop. She blinked so hard her pantyhose went up and down.
I was thinking of something completely different.
Yeah, we know what you were thinking.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to say it now. Now, Sharon, here we are. At the moment of truth, he has 5, you have 4. You match one celebrity, you tie. You match 2, you win. And the 2 you are playing with are Rosemary and Frickin' Frank,
What did
Joyce.
we do wrong?
You didn't do anything wrong. You're
We
okay
have 2
now.
chances, Sharon.
Here we go
Slim
now.
and none.
Here we go. Fay Ray said, last night, King Kong took me to a movie. It was awful. He forgot I was in his hand and he started blanking. Would you get me a push pin, please, so I can keep the thing in place here? Okay, here we go, Sharon Dalla. Sharon Dalla. Fay Ray said last night, King Kong took me to a movie. It was awful. He forgot I was in his hand and he started blanking.
Clapping.
Clapping. What was King Kong doing to that little lady there?
I will only answer if they take their booze back.
No booze now.
Do you have to take them back?
Take him back. Okay, they got it. So now we have a tie score. One more round of applause, and you win the game. Joyce? Get up here, Joyce.
Every single time it's up to me.
It's
Tie,
up to you.
win,
Yeah,
lose.
that's right.
Okay, I did it right. I said clapping, but
Joe, we congratulate you for being with us here on Match Game PM. A lot of gifts will be coming your way. Joe Gardner, thank you very much for always spinning him off to spin these commercials just for you. Here is Sharon Dalla, who could win a great deal of money now here. Sharon, we've got 2 super audience matches for you here, and I want to point out to you, whatever you win here, you'll have a chance to multiply by 10. That'll be the final dollar figure that you will be playing for. We polled a recent studio audience and got their best response to this. Rest blank. $500 for if you match the answer they gave most often, $250 for their second most popular answer, and $100 for the third. And you may call on 3 celebrities for suggestions.
Richard.
Where Brett should live, a rest home.
Rest home is one.
Joyce.
where Richard should live. Someplace that says rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Brett.
Have you got one, Brett?
Where everybody in this whole panel goes to constantly, the restroom.
The restroom. Restroom, rest home, rest in peace. You want one of those?
Restroom.
Restroom is what she wants. Let's see if we've got it under the $100 number. Rest in P, R-I-P. There you go. That's Joyce's answer. $250 response. Rest home. Okay, you're getting close to it, Sharon. Let's see if it's up there under the big one, Slide It Earl. You won the $500, which means the least you'll be playing for is 10 times that amount, or $5,000. Let's see how much more you're going to win with the second audience match. Slide it, Earl. Alfred Blank. Whom do you call on?
I'll have to go with Brett again.
Oh, what's his name? Alfred, you know that man who's on the cover of Mad Magazine?
Alfred Newman.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No?
Is he on the cover of Mad Magazine?
Alfred Newman.
I'd rather go with Alfred Lunt. No,
Too late. Alfred Newman.
Charles.
Alfred Tennyson.
Alfred Tennyson. Okay.
Nipsey.
A great Broadway star, Alfred Drake.
Alfred Drake.
All
boo
right,
him, he's a
Alfred
friend of mine.
Rifkin.
And president of the Lambs Club, a splendid fellow. Let's find out now if Alfred... Oh, listen.
No. Don't go without me.
You want Drake, Alfred E. Newman, or Alfred Lord Tennyson?
I want Alfred Hitchcock.
Right, Joe. They're with you. All right, let's see the $100 number. Go ahead, Earl. Einstein.
Oh, we never thought of that. It's
Wow.
Albert Einstein.
It's Albert.
His name is Albert Einstein. It's Albert Einstein.
When did you change your name after you got up there? Talk to us.
Is that what the audience said, really?
All right, let's see if we got Alfred Hitchcock under the $250 number. Alfred E. Newman. There it is. Last chance for Hitchcock. Here we go. Yeah. You did it. Now multiply that by 10, another 5,000. You got a pot of $10,000 to shoot for. Whom do you call on there?
I'm going to go with Brett. I think that...
Okay, Brett. Little magic going.
$10,000.
No.
Right. Okay, here we go. It is worth $10,000. Good luck to you. Let's see what happens here now. Here it is. Heaven and blank. Heaven and blank. Heaven and blank. Now, Brett is finished, Sharon. Give us an answer which you think will match hers, and you get the $10,000.
Heaven and Earth.
Heaven and earth. Well, the audience is with you. We'll find out if Brett is with you right now. Brett, she says heaven and earth will match her for the $10,000. What do you say?
I'm gonna kill myself. I thought heaven and hell.
Sorry about that, Sharon.
Oh.
All right, well, it's the opposite of heaven, but anyway, you did pick up some money. You've got $1,000 here. We congratulate you, Sharon Dollar. Now, watch these messages, and then you come back. Join us next week for Match Game PM. Gene Rayburn here. Goodbye.
Some contestants will receive First Alert Smoke Detector by Pitway. Pitway has made over 1 million smoke detectors. Families everywhere trust First Alert for early fire warning. And create your... fuel system clean from gas tank to carburetor, you'll feel the difference. This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game PM, a Mark Goodson, Bill Shotman production.
I'm the master reptile.